YouTube, what up? Welcome back to another Pounds 978 custom video, and right now we have the Sam Raimi Spider-Man official custom. Finally, I know you guys have been asking me for a very long time, and I've been promising it, and finally here it is. Long overdue. I apologize. Those who've been patient, thank you very much. This is actually a commission. Someone asked me if I could make them a Sam Raimi, and I was really excited when someone asked me. There was actually two people in my inbox at the same time. And I was excited because I wanted to make both of them slightly different, and I wanted to make one using the Bucky cap and the other one using a new Bullseye body. But the other guy backed out, so we have this Bucky cap. I guess next time we'll use the Bullseye body. Here's an alternate head. It doesn't really go with it. Just figured you might as well use it, seeing that Tobey Maguire probably would have facial hair right now, out of work since Spider-Man 3. He's been blackballed pretty much. Not really, but he hasn't done much since then. And I would like to see Tobey Maguire back. Bring back Tobey. Hashtag bring back Tobey. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reviewing. Anyway, yeah, bring back Tobey Maguire. He is a loved Spider-Man. Personally, my favorite Spider-Man out of all the movies. Regardless, I find myself entertained with any Spider-Man and superhero movie, so I guess it gives other people opportunities to work. So that's cool. Nonetheless, we're here for the custom. I know you guys have been asking for a Sam Raimi, either this or the black suit. We'll probably do a black suit later on. I know my lenses are a little too big. Believe it or not, they weren't as easy as I thought it would be. This is actually my second attempt on the lenses. I made a whole nother head that was garbage. I'll show you afterwards. Then I tried again, and I did this head like piece by piece. I did the top of the lens, the side of the lens, and then the curve of the lens. And then I did the opposite side. So I didn't do it like I normally would. I kind of took my time, and for what? Because they still came out pretty large. Same with the logo in the front. Came out pretty large. I know a lot of you guys are also going to be like, why didn't you sculpt the webs? I wanted to, but I knew it would be a tedious job, and I was already way behind schedule. So I just wanted to get this to its owner's hands as fast as possible without really rushing it, because this did take a couple months. And that's a long time. The silver webs aren't easy to paint either. They're pretty annoying, if I can say that. The lenses also in the beginning were a lot lighter. People on Instagram were telling me to darken the lens, and I ended up doing that afterwards. Even the head on the bottom, I wasn't asked to make an alternate head, but because I took so long, I felt like I had to just give him something extra for the weight. And not only that, but it would be cool to replicate the scene where he's hanging upside down, kissing Mary Jane. So that was the reason for the alternate head. I know you guys are probably thinking that is the Pizza Spider-Man unmasked head, but it isn't. Grabbed the Speed Demon's head, shaved off the lenses, the ears, and then resculpted around that, made sculpt lines around the mouth, then added eyes or frames, then painted it to make it look like the unmasked Pizza Spider-Man head. Get it? Speed Demon, sculpt, eyes, paint. But for the webs being a paint job, I think it is pretty clean. Again, even the webs are kind of tedious because the silver paint doesn't apply all the... Wait a minute. Oh, I see a flaw, guys. I'm gonna have to paint that before I send it out. The back symbol was pretty easy, believe it or not. But yeah, the silver webs are annoying because it takes more than one layer painting the silver webs.
You have a knack for getting in trouble.
You have a knack for saving my life. I think I have a superhero stalker. Do I get to say thank you this time?
Oh, come on. Here's a comparison with the old Tobey Maguire action figure. I think this is the Spider-Man 3, if I'm not mistaken, when he fought Sandman and Venom, and his mask gets ripped that way. I could be wrong. It could be Spider-Man 1, because he did get his mask ripped when he fought Green Goblin, but I'm pretty sure that's Spider-Man 3. You guys let me know in the comment section below. But you can see that it's definitely outdated, but for its time, it's a fairly sculpted, detailed action figure. I had to have at least one of them in my collection, and this has been in my collection forever. And there's just a comparison between the two. But this is the best action figure of all time, the 18-inch Spider-Man. Broke a while back, my son stepped on it. But I did use it in reference of that front and back logo and seeing where the cobwebs were placed on the mask. The mask is done slightly different than the Pizza Spider-Man and most common Spider-Man webs patterns. It's a little different. There is no web in the center where there are in most Spider-Man. It's hard to explain. Logo looks fairly even. I think the next time I do a Sam Raimi custom, it will definitely have to be sculpted webs. I'm gonna give it a try at least. The head does pop on like so. It is for the pizza Spider-Man body, but it does fit a Bucky cap. And with the extra sculpt, it does look like it's supposed to fit the body, just to get that upside down kiss look. Perhaps I could have used the Pizza Spider alternate head. For articulation purposes, you guys know the head goes up, does go down, left, right. Get a little bit of attitude, not much. Arm goes up, down, bicep swivel. You get double jointed elbows, wrist hinge, wrist swivel, ab crunch goes up and down, pretty fair. You get the waist swivel, of course. Thighs go about that much. Thigh swivel, hole in the thumb, double jointed knees. You get the calf swivel. You get the ankle hinge and pivot, of course. All the generic stuff, no butterfly joints on this buck, but it is the correct size, and that is why I chose the Bucky cap. But you can do it with any body. Depends on what you like, what look you're looking for. For me, this also looks like the animated show with Neil Patrick Harris voicing Spider-Man. For me, because it's more of a cartoon look. The webs aren't protruding out. They just all blend in the suit. So it reminds me of this. So it could be either Sam Raimi or the animated series Spider-Man. Aside from the lens shape and the logo, of course, that's specifically Raimi. Here's some reference shots that I was working with. This is a cosplay suit I found online. Wanted to find a suit that didn't have raised webs. Another reference shot I used to shape the eyes, but I didn't get them as accurate as I wanted. No big deal. The best way to improve is trial and error. So I do hope to make another one, and I do expect to improve even by the slightest. If you don't know by now, you want to make yourself one of these. All you need is a Bucky cap body, a Spider UK head, shave that down a bit, sculpt some eyes in, and you got yourself a Raimi Spider-Man. It took me a while to think about how I wanted to do the webs. Honestly, what I wanted to do was give it some definition by adding some black webs behind the silver webs. I tried it on a few webs, and it was too hard to keep consistent lines, and I didn't really want to kill myself doing that. But I knew that was the best way to give it the illusion that those webs were sculpted in. And there's Pizza Spider-Man. Just to compare him, he is a little bit in the background, but you can make a Raimi on the Pizza Spider-Man, but I think it just may be a little too thin. I'm sure it will work. Bodies I think will work are Pizza Spider-Man, Bucky cap, Bullseye, and even a Spider UK body. But here is the unmasked heads. I'm going to compare the Pizza Spider-Man unmasked head and then this Speed Demon sculpted unmasked head. They do look pretty similar. It's kind of crazy. That smirk, I think it's just selling the same look. But because of the sculpt, the Speed Demon head is a little bigger, so it does suit the Bucky cap body a lot better than the half unmasked Pizza Spider-Man. I'm sure it could work though. I've seen people do strange combinations and it work in their favor. I'll just realize that this is the vintage head on a Pizza Spider-Man. It's a different color. But I just wanted you to see the difference. They do look similar, but of course the Hasbro version is much more cleaner than mine. This is the first head I tried to make. Looks crazy. I had to start over. Spider-Man and Venom, one from the movies, the other from the comics, but it doesn't matter which version you send my way. I'm always going to be happy to do Spider-Man and Venom. These guys together just go like macaroni and cheese or peanut butter and jelly or milk and cereal. You get the combination references, but these guys, no matter what universe, I'm always going to be happy to do them because it brings me back to my childhood when I was drawing Spider-Man in the 6th grade. And I remember always drawing him reverse because I thought it was cool. No one else was drawing Spider-Man in his flip side colors. And then finding out there were so many different other versions of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse just brought back my childhood excitement. Well, YouTube, I know this was a long video and it was very long overdue. If you guys stuck around for the entire thing, I appreciate it because this one was intended to make as many people happy as possible with seeing a Raimi action figure because I don't know if one exists in modern time. I know there's a bunch from back in the day, but I don't know if there's any new ones. I mean, I bet Hot Toys or Sideshow Collectibles has a couple of them. I don't know. I'm not really into the big lines because that's way out of my league. I'm just a small guy in the Marvel Legends pool, oblivious to the big sharks in the water, just having fun eating my little bits. But guys, if you like this video and you want to see more Spider-Man customs, feel free to give a guy a thumb up. Comment down below your thoughts. If you don't like it, I understand. I mean, there are some things that could be improved on it. I'll probably make a poll later on which body we can put it on, what accessories, what costume color. We'll figure all that out. Of course, I would love for you guys to subscribe. I mean, I know you don't have to.
If you choose to subscribe, you the man. Yes, you. Everyone below in the comments, yes, you too. Thank you very much for showing me love. Who knew? It's ironic how we think out the box for you too, right?
Sing, 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 sing.